Hi everyone, I am back and we're gonna do the part two of the Jerry Wills Aramamuru in Peru, Linda Moulton Howe interview experience. Um, as you can probably tell, I have a different webcam than I have used in the past. I lost access to the other one and I think this one looks weird, but this is what we have, so this is what we're going with. Maybe I can make it like look a little less. I feel like I look like really pale and ghostly and like weird toned, but anyway. And yes, I actually am wearing two different kinds of leopard print together. That is the kind of person I am. Glad that we're learning so much about each other. But yeah, so we're gonna get into Linda Moulton Howe, and I'm ready to listen to someone who's not going to make me as angry as Jerry Sargent. I mean, Jerry Sargent, the last Jerry Sargent video was really so many parts of it were so good. But I've never heard Linda Moulton Howe claim that she can cure people's cancer, which you know, she's just a better person than he is by like a million miles. So anyway, she's better person, better for the world. So yeah, let's get into it.
Hi, everyone around the
Hi,
world. Thanks
Linda.
to all of you who have sent messages and emails in appreciation of my two-part Jerry Wells Peru reports. We
Hmm.
left off last week in part one with Jerry after his bride Kathy watched him sing the three tones at the Aramu Muguru
Yes, the
doorway in
three
Peru,
tones.
not far from Lake Titicaca.
The three
And
tones.
then Jerry suddenly glowed with light and vanished into the carved rock wall.
Yes.
Tonight, I will continue part
Yes.
two and a video.
Jerry Wills went to space and was very nonplussed about the whole thing, as far as I could tell. At least he didn't seem as affected as I think he should have.
That Jerry produced about how to operate the doorway. But first, there
Oh,
is more
are we gonna
news
get how to
about
actually
mystery
operate the doorway?
booms and strange cattle deaths. Last
Okay,
Saturday night
more
at
cattle deaths.
9:50 p.m. Central Time in Clarksville, Tennessee,
Uh-huh.
between Nashville and Fort Campbell, Kentucky, the
Mm-hmm.
911 Emergency Call Center received lots of calls from worried
Are
residents
we calling it 911
reporting
now?
that
I thought we just called it 911. That's what we say in America, right?
a loud boom
Okay.
shook the ground and their houses. And it
Okay.
ranged from Sango to Old Russellville Pike to Woodlawn Drive near the
Mm-hmm.
Cumberland River. And some even reported seeing a flash of light at the same time as the boom.
Okay.
Here
Could have been
is
a lot
a
of
front
things.
door security camera video from
Oh, well, that didn't show anything. Okay. Some some winds blowing. Did
Clarksville
anyone
is
wait,
a
did anyone see anything? I didn't see anything. Did I miss something? Okay, hold on. I want to go look at that one more time because I feel like I must have missed something. Is this
50,000 residents, only about
okay?
the same time as the boom.
Blah 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 blah
Here
blah
is
blah.
a front door
Okay.
security camera video from
Oh, it's the noise. Okay. Okay. I mean, it sounds like a boom of some kind. I thought we were going to see the light.
Clarksville is a Tennessee town with about 150,000 residents,
Mm-hmm.
only about 14 miles southeast of the U.S. Army's Fort Campbell Depot that
Okay.
has the Army's only air assault division. But when local authorities and
Oh,
media checked with
wait, Linda. Doesn't that explain the whole thing? The air assault division based in Fort Campbell, very close to where this incident took place. Like, wouldn't that explain it? Let's see why it doesn't explain it.
Campbell, they learned that because it was the Labor Day holiday, Fort Campbell was quiet without military weapon exercises.
I mean,
The Clarksville Police
plausibly, but
Department
still.
told reporters that it spent 2 hours investigating along with the fire department, the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office, and
Uh-huh.
emergency medical services. But they did
Mm-hmm.
not find any evidence of an explosive source. After that,
Okay.
the police department issued a press release that said, quote, currently, this seems to be some
I mean,
sort
yeah,
of
it could have been a lot of
unknown
things.
phenomena until someone reports actual
Well, because it's unknown, it must indeed be aliens, of course.
damage, close quote, from the Clarksville, Tennessee Police Department press release.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone has any more information about this mysterious boom Saturday night, September 4th, a
Mm-hmm.
boom that was strong enough to shake houses but did not affect
Mm-hmm.
seismometers, please contact
Okay.
me at earthfiles at
Oh, I don't think
earthfiles.com.
I saw her. I've seen her
All
email
requests
before.
for anonymity are honored. And again, you
Oh
can reach
God. Oh
me
God.
at earthfiles.
The temptation to email something like wild to Linda is so strong, but I know that it is not the right thing to do. I shouldn't mess with Linda. I've tangled with that a tiny bit in the past when I left that one YouTube comment on one of her videos. But like, Linda. Okay.
At earthfiles.com.
Earth Files at Earth Files.
Now, at my news website, Earthfiles,
Mm-hmm.
from September 5th, 2021, going backwards 10 years in time
Well,
to January 29th, 2011, I have produced nearly 200 Earthfiles reports about
I
mystery
believe
booms
it.
around the world. And
Oh
in
my God,
addition to
just
booms,
about
I have also reported other
200,
news about
200 reports just about booms, just about mystery booms in the past 10 years. Okay, that's actually, I thought she meant just like 200 in general anyway.
strange metallic sounds or musical trumpet notes in the sky or the
Trumpet
awful
noise?
sound of two metal trains crashing head on, according to witnesses. And yet,
Okay.
investigators do not find any evidence of explosions or crashes.
I mean, yep, there are a
Since
lot of
mid
unexplained things
August,
in the world.
I have also received 3 different strange animal death reports.
Oh,
On August 12th, a
this is her
rancher in
bread and
Mitchell
butter.
Canyon south of Fossil,
Animal
Oregon,
mutilation.
found one of his bulls dead and bloodlessly mutilated. By
It's
August
usually just
18th
animals.
of 2021, the Wheeler County Sheriff's Office was reporting in this Facebook that the nose, tongue, left cheek, left ear, left eye, penis, testicles, and part of the tail were removed. I have
I mean, I feel like there are two options. It's like some horrible person killed this bull and mutilated it. Ugh. Or like an animal started eating it and got run off before it could finish. Um, but yeah, this is how this animal mutilation stuff is about how Linda got into this whole alien stuff in the begin with. So it's and as we all know, Dwight Eisenhower made a deal with the gray aliens, I think in California, in an underground bunker, to allow them to mutilate our animals. So that's why this happens. Like, we don't even, I mean, that's just a fact.
other photographs, but am not showing in this public channel. But you can see and
Yeah,
read
don't.
all of my
Gross.
animal mutilation reports, which are in the hundreds, at the Real
I
X
bet.
Files section of my earthfiles.com news
Why is
website.
it, why is that the
Many
name of the section?
photographs, documents there. Now, Fossil, Oregon is 125 miles southeast of Portland, and
Mm-hmm.
this is the 12th bloodless cattle mutilation in the
Okay.
Fossil and Wheeler County region since 2017.
Guess there are a lot of
And
animals
now,
around.
only recently on September 1st, was a law enforcement report about the shocking July 29th, 2021 discovery in
Mm-hmm.
Jamestown, North Dakota, of
Okay.
58 dead and pregnant cows.
Ugh.
These were investigated by the Stutsman County Sheriff's Office in North Dakota.
Okay, that
And
seems
this is the
bad.
September 1st, 2021 announcement in the Valley News Live. that the Stutsman County Sheriff's Department and the North Dakota Stockmen's Association have announced a $40,000 reward, quote,
Okay, so
for information leading.
I assume that if they're offering a cash reward, it's because they think that someone, a human person, killed these animals and therefore committed a crime. So,
to the arrest of the person or persons responsible for
yeah.
the mass deaths of the 58 pregnant cows, close quote.
Mm-hmm.
This week, I talked with the local Deputy Brand Inspector, Fred Fredrickson, who confirmed first that there were no tissue excisions at all on the 58 pregnant cows, as would be found in the bloodless, trackless animal mutilations reported around the world since the 1960s. So there is
so it's not like the other animal mutilations that you think were aliens. It's different.
Difference. Brand Inspector Fredrickson also told me that a veterinarian's official investigation confirmed that of the 80 surviving alive cows on the Jamestown Ranch, 15 of them aborted their calves after whatever the deathly assault was.
I mean, I would assume that would not be that surprising, because obviously if they saw a bunch of other cows being killed, that's like a very traumatic event for them. So
far, what authorities have ruled out as possible causes of all of the pregnant cow deaths are lightning, anthrax, blue-green algae, clostridial disease, lead poisoning, lack of water, and the naturally occurring nitrate toxicity in the land, but all were ruled out as causes of death to these 58 pregnant cows.
So
now a third case, also found on August 12, 2021, was reported to me by an Earth Files viewer whose friend lives in Agua Caliente,
so
Central
just
Mexico,
some random person,
where a mutilated horse was found dead. He sent a color photograph of the dead horse showing the tissue on the left side of its head had been removed down to bone, like many other domestic and wild animals since the 1960s.
Yeah.
So far, I do not have other details, but I will produce a Real X-Files report at myearthfiles.com news website when I have more to report. And now, let's continue.
Oh, are we going to learn about Jerry Will's tones
Jerry
now?
Wills on November 11th, 1998, when he vanished into the rock doorway of Aramumuru, witnessed by his wife, Kathy. Jerry traveled rapidly in what he felt like a bubble, a translucent bubble, from which he could see stars and nebula, and ended up in a white, glowing room where he could hear a male voice that reminded him of a public address speaker when he was in school. The male voice was trying to explain that the all-white, glowing room was in another universe, not the universe that has Earth. The voice tried to explain to Jerry that Earth and our universe are, that the Earth universe is filled with life forms, and that this was a great surprise to what he calls the White Room intelligences. They did not understand what the spark was at the beginning of their experiment to create another test universe, their goal. They did not understand why the new laboratory universe, our universe,
we are a laboratory production.
This is an illustration that Jerry Wills made of the, quote, large black...
They keep our universe from getting too big.
Gelatinous-looking experimental universe being held in place and balanced with the red rods by the lab experimenters in the White Room
Actually,
universe.
one of the better illustrations
Jerry
I've
Wills
seen
sketched himself as the small male silhouette in the bottom foreground, looking at their experimental universe, our universe from which he had come from Earth,
putting this more clearly, Linda.
being created by the intelligences in the all-white room, and the voice told Jerry, our Earth universe is their test universe.
Yes. Yes.
Here
You
now
remember, you did
begins
this in the
part
first
two
part.
with Jerry
Okay,
Wills
come on, part
describing
two.
his disappearance into the Aramuru rock
He
doorway,
already did that.
witnessed by his bride Kathy at
Why
11
are we
p.m.
calling
local
her his
time
bride?
in Hyumarca, Peru,
They've been married for a while
along the
now.
shores of Lake Titicaca, when Jerry was 45 years old.
This voice was talking about how they are colliding particles.
This is another good picture of Jerry. I guess that really is his hair.
And somehow a spark had occurred, and the spark didn't go away. Instead, it started growing. And as it grew, it started accumulating and creating more of itself on its own. And I said, like it's a black hole? He laughed. He says, no. We know what black holes are. It's nothing like that. He says, think of it maybe as a white hole. Think of it as a place where all of creation manifests itself within these torrents of energy that are moving both inward and outward simultaneously. It was really a difficult thing to try and understand.
Yeah,
It
I don't
sounds
understand
like
it.
he's trying to describe that they were working in a laboratory like a collider, and that when the spark began to emerge,
This is just like Linda is just again like taking this guy's story and try to extrapolate it into something that we like may know kind of something about, but that's not what he said.
growing,
He didn't say anything about a particle collider.
they somehow had provoked another universe to come through a black hole on that side, through a white hole where they were, that was now expanding, and they had no control over it.
Yeah, that's pretty much. He said it was a spark of life, and all these things were being created from that.
Well, we talked
Again, it's like Jerry's saying this thing that is like his conception of it, and then Linda's trying to turn it into something that sounds a little bit more legitimate.
about a singularity in this universe, the beginning of heat and light from nothing. If there are white holes that are the explosion of matter coming from black holes on the other side of a electron.
Okay, I'm going to take a second to look up and try to see if white holes are even a thing in the first place. All right, it sounds like white holes are a theoretical idea of, like, I guess, something like a singularity where there's energy and matter and you can't get into it, but things can come out of it. So that's the opposite of black holes, where you can get sucked into it and then not be able to get out. But well, I don't know. Wikipedia says this region does not exist for black holes that have formed through gravitational collapse, however, nor are there any observed physical processes through which a white hole could be formed. So no one's found one. So theoretically, I guess they could exist, but we have no confirmation that they actually exist. But I think that they like help as a solution to the Einstein field equations. This is always the point at which I wish I actually knew more about space, but we'll learn one Wikipedia article at a time because of Linda.
Magnetic membrane between universes.
It really matches very closely to what he was saying that they accidentally triggered in their experiments.
Mm-hmm.
If they were trying to experiment in a lab in another universe, trying to create the
Okay.
conditions in which universes come into being and evolve
Mm-hmm.
to settle something that they were trying to explore, then they would have to have set up conditions that would set the rules in whatever universe they were trying to create to test. And it
Yes.
might explain why this universe is like on the edge of a razor blade in terms of the conditions that favor life as opposed to no life.
Yeah,
Hmm.
they had learned that life had started to populate throughout our universe.
That they had made.
Yeah, they were fascinated by this, curious as can be how this was possible. And this doorway that
Well,
I'd gone through,
I mean, they also come from a universe that has created life, i.e., them. So why would that be so puzzling to them? Are they the only living beings in their universe? That also seems unlikely.
was something that they had put in place. They had these doorways throughout our universe in various
Mm-hmm.
places. They had been sending scientists in there to study the
But
universe.
like, man, like, it seems like these aliens were not expecting him to show up. So like, if he's showing up, it wasn't desired for him to go through this door. And um yeah, so like why did they make the doorways look like doorways? Like wouldn't that just be suspicious and just attract people to it that you probably don't want to be using it because they're trying to like covertly study us? Not not like have a bunch of humans like wandering around trying to get through their space door? Why would they make it look like a door? They could like put a freaking holodeck, simulation in front of it and disguise it as something else or whatever. They could just make it. I don't know. I don't know. Just why does it look like a door?
This was a whole new realm of science for them to explore. And when they started discovering life in there, well, they were
Mm-hmm.
pretty shocked. Apparently, I'm not
Mm-hmm.
the only person who'd ever come through that doorway. But the other
Well,
people that had gone through the door,
they need better security. They need like a number pad. They need a bouncer. This seems like a problem. Like you don't want random people just going through your space door like that.
boy had died of shock, I guess.
And you didn't die because maybe you're not Homo sapien sapien?
I think I didn't die because I didn't get all that completely freaked out by it.
Is Jerry Wills a star seed? Is he not actually human? He's an alien too or something. Linda.
I was up to a point, but when I didn't really think it was real, then I just relaxed and went with it.
The shaman, Pedro, in Peru, who had
Mm-hmm.
described seeing, I think you said, tall beings coming out of that door.
Well, they looked like they were the ancient ones, tall, dressed in period clothing for, say, the Incas or whoever it was. But people that he took as being from that ancient time who were coming through the doorway to check out their land. And apparently, these doorways go to other places on this planet, to other planets. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe these folks that were coming through had figured out how
So the doorways could just like go anywhere, pretty much.
to direct their travels. According to this voice I was talking to, there is a way to direct where you're going, but my only concern at that point was how do I get back?
I mean,
Okay, is
true.
it possible that the beings that Pedro was referring to as a
Some
shaman
random
would be
galaxies.
the intelligence in this other universe in which we're nested? The other universe would come through to test their laboratory experiment, creating this universe that surprised them because it was evolving with life.
Sorry, I really had to scratch my nose. It was like really itchy.
Emerging from that doorway that you went through would be from the experimenters in the other universe that encompasses us.
I think that that's very possible. Because, as I mentioned, time is much different there than it is here, and they might have been through and thinking that the Inca or whoever would have succeeded them were dressed in a certain way the last time they were through, so the next time they go through, they dress like that.
Okay.
They're royalty. They can walk around wherever they want to go, and no one's going to give them any grief.
But they're not royalty, they're actually science.
So they are like covertly disguising themselves as humans to spy on us. So why do they have this huge, obvious door?
Just from another universe.
Yeah, exactly. That voice that I was talking to was telling me that part of their interest was that when they looked outward, things just expanded out and out and out, but there were things that were identical out there as there were the deeper and deeper they looked into the smallest things, that it was always the same.
What is he talking about? There are things that keep expanding out there, but they also go deeper in here, and they're the same. What does that mean?
If it was an atom versus a galaxy. They were trying to understand their place.
Atoms and galaxies aren't the same. I mean, galaxies are made up of atoms, but, like, they're not the same thing. They don't have... I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that they're not the same, even, like, structurally speaking.
In the universe, what they didn't expect was to find that there was a universe that they were within and that there was a universe that they surrounded. It was quite an astonishing thing to have discovered.
Wait, didn't they make our universe that is inside their universe? So why would they be surprised by something they made? Like, what are they talking about?
If they discovered that they were inside of another universe and that they had made a universe that they surrounded, then maybe even an infinite number of universes nest within each other.
I think that's what the implication is, that there isn't an upper or lower limit.
And what is the relationship now between their universe and this one?
Oh, I haven't a clue. I could not understand his...
Yeah, Jerry Wills is just some guy. Jerry Wills does not actually... why is Jerry Wills special? Well, if you recall from last episode, Jerry Wills was visited by the alien Zoe, who, like, taught him stuff in a holodeck or something like that. For 5 years, but why is Jerry? But like, also clearly Jerry Wills did not like learn enough from Zoe, because I feel like Zoe should have taught him about all this stuff and he should have understood it. Also, is Zoe one of these like white room aliens, or he's some other random alien? Anyway, but Jerry's just some guy and he doesn't actually understand this very well, which just seems like a real waste. We should have like sent a theoretical physicist in there instead.
His definition of time. He told me how to get back. He told me to walk towards this thing, and he says, you're going to lift off of your feet, don't be afraid, close your eyes. He says, I want you to focus on your wife. So I started walking towards it. I said goodbye to him, and then I started running towards it. It's weird when you're running and you're not touching the floor, you're not really moving, but you're floating towards this thing.
Yeah, and I can imagine that's a strange sensation.
So I took a deep breath, like he suggested, closed my eyes, kind of gritted my teeth, tensed up, and it felt like I moved through a membrane, some resistance or impedance. I opened my eyes.
I will say that this, at least, even though everything that happened to him in this sounds like a dream, at least it's like less obviously a dream than a lot of these things are, because it's like supposedly happening while his wife is watching him and they're like in an actual outdoor physical space and he's doing a thing that she can witness. Because most of these stories are like, I was in bed and then XYZ happened, or, you know, like, at least, I guess this one at least is like not obviously a dream. It raises some other questions about what's going on with Jerry, but...
Looking around, I can breathe just fine. I focused on Kathy. Eventually, I saw the bead of light that was getting brighter, closer. It was our sun. It wasn't like I went past planets, but there was this moment when I noticed that I was moving towards the dark side of the Earth, from the North Pole. I was moving so fast, I thought I
I
was
love how
going to
Linda
die.
inserts these
So
little
I closed my eyes,
illustrations.
the hissing got a little louder, and then, just like before, there was nothing, just silence. And I opened my eyes, and I'm kind of crumpled up, sitting on this rock floor. And I look
Yeah.
around, and there's the opening
Do you think he had like a cardiac event and passed out or something? I mean, what do we actually think happened here?
for the doorway, right in front of me. I'm getting out of here. I hit that doorway full on, and it was solid. It was like I was looking through glass. That didn't make sense. There is no glass there. Now I'm getting really anxious about this. I can see Kathy out there. She's holding her
So
face
he's
in her
behind
hands.
the door.
And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm feeling all around it, trying to find an edge, a crack, something. Finally, I got the presence of mind to feel for that little notch that you put your forehead into, and I found it. So I got on my knees, put my forehead in there, and I started making those tones again. And the air was very thin. It was hard to breathe.
Yes.
I kept making the tones over and over and over. Finally, I must have hit it just right because I just passed right through it. I backed away from the doorway as fast as I could and fell onto the ground, laying on my back, looking up at the stars. And Kathy goes, "You're back." Oh my God. I said, "Let's get the hell out of here."
Yeah,
She's saying, "You glowed and you were gone," that I vanished. She said it looked like Star Trek, but I just sort of glowed and faded out. And I said, "Well, how long was I gone?"
Kathy's a good sport.
"Well, you were only gone a couple minutes." "What happened?"
How could it have ended up being only 2 or 3 minutes in Earth time?
Linda, I know you're asking this question just to get an explanation out of him, but you know time doesn't work the same in all the universes.
If it seemed hours to you in his universe.
Yeah, I know. The only thing that I can figure is that the means of moving from one point to another was outside the dynamic of time altogether. That these doorways are instantaneous.
I guess if you went to another universe, that would have to be true, pretty much.
Passageways to other places. You know, you can be somewhere for a while, go back through it, and arrive just shortly after you left.
That there is time travel through these doorways that the other universe created in order to study this universe.
Yeah, when it comes to moving...
I mean, it looks so obvious. They should just put a big sign on it.
Through the...
Do I feel like, am I being too salty this time around, this episode? I don't know. I mean, I'm not mad. This is fine. Just... maybe I shouldn't have done this two-part thing because I feel like I already heard this whole story from Jerry. Jerry's not giving us anything new that he didn't give us last episode. And Jerry, I don't know, just do better. There's holes in your story.
These things, I don't know how time works. You know, it was the same situation when I was talking with Zoe. He was telling me that they could go from where they are to here, and that it would be almost instantaneous. There really wasn't any time during the time of travel. Time stopped, and then it restarted once you arrived.
What are you left with as a residue of that idea that we are in a simulated universe created by someone else?
What it's left me with, a sense of awe. The thing that I find to be most remarkable is that at least between this universe and that one, there are beings who are aware of themselves and aware of their surroundings. But it is that spark of life that joins us, no matter what universe we're in. I know there's life out there among those stars.
Yes.
Somehow there's a veil. Somehow there's this barrier, this thing that I passed through twice. So this commonality of life, I find that to be awe-inspiring.
Yes.
No matter where you go, there's this...
I mean, it's true. You know, they say that, like, when astronauts go, like, they were talking about this, I was talking about this on my podcast with, this woman, I guess there was this woman in this book who's a space psychologist, and I guess, like, when you're an astronaut and you go and you, like, see the Earth from the space station or the moon or whatever, a lot of people have, like, a really profound experience, you know, looking at the Earth from that perspective. It's really, you know, I'm sure it has a huge effect on you. And obviously Jerry went through the same experience, so of course he's left with the same sense of awe and wonder.
Spark of intelligence and a spark of life out there. And it can be quite good.
Yeah, sure.
That was our original December 2016 interview 5 years ago.
Was that the
Afterward, Jerry
exact
told me,
was that the actual exact same one? I don't think it was, but then again, like I listened to the first one a while ago. She wouldn't have replayed the exact same one, would she? Anyway.
that he had people often asking him for the 3 tones
Yeah, we want
and
the
what
tones.
to do if
We want to
they
go.
could get to the Aramuru rock doorway to try it out for themselves.
Yeah, why not?
So, a couple of years ago, not wanting to break a promise on those tones, Jerry did a video at Aramuru that he calls How to Operate the Doorway, and gave me permission to show you on tonight's Earth Files YouTube.
Yes, I want to know how to operate the doorway. Linda looks excited. I'm excited too, Linda.
While I'm not going to give you the 3 tones, I'm going to show you how this works.
Wait, what? Man, I just heard that I was going to get the 3 tones. You're not going to give me the 3 tones? What's the point? You're just going to put your head on it and say, how are you going to show me how it works if you don't do the tones?
What you do is you come over here. This is the doorway.
The bass on this music is crazy.
Down below are 2 places where you can put your knees.
Okay. We've been told this. I think it looks obvious.
Come down like so, and bring the camera a little closer.
Music.
And you'll see there's a place exactly here for your forehead. Put your hands like so, and even while I'm talking, you can feel a vibration coming out of the stone.
I feel a vibration in my eardrums.
You comfortable?
Stupid bass.
Put your head here.
Okay, I need to turn this down.
And you make the 3 tones.
Okay,
and
but you're not going to tell me what they are.
The 3 tones, you'll feel as though, actually, as you're making the first 2 of the tones, you'll start feeling as though you're in a dream. It feels like you're dreaming that you're falling.
I mean, I guess it's kind of nice to get the perspective of him here and to see the door up close and everything, but like he told us all this already. Like he's told this story before. Like we know what he did to... the only part that we don't know are the actual tones, and he's refusing us to tell us. So, because he wants to keep the doorway to himself. He doesn't want anyone else to get to go through the doorway. I feel like it's very selfish of him, honestly.
For people who are watching, it may look as though you're shimmering with some light, or simply that you just vanished.
Mm-hmm. Except it won't because you won't give us the tone, so we can't make it work.
You use the 3rd tone, that's when you feel a rush.
You won't tell us what it is.
Seems to propel you directly through this somehow and into another place.
Uh-huh.
It's essential that you have a clear idea where you want to arrive to. There are rumors here.
You didn't have a clear idea. You just went and did it and just ended up somewhere random in the white room people universe. Why are you lecturing us? You're not telling us the tones in the first place, and now you're going to tell us we have to have a clear idea where we're going. You just went wherever. Jerry Wills is such a hypocrite.
That there are children who have used this, and older folks who have used this.
Well, how did they know the tones?
And they've simply vanished, and they've never been seen again.
Well, maybe they're happy in space.
That's why this place is called Puerta del Diablo, the doorway of the devil. The locals are afraid of this. They have no idea what it is or how it works. All they know
they probably know better than
is that usually in the middle of the night, if someone is up here playing in this area or messing with this doorway, they may be sitting here as I am now and then just simply vanish.
Well, how could they go through the door? Do they know the tones? Do all these random people who disappeared know the tones and that's how they went through the door? Make it make sense, Jerry.
In front of their friends' eyes, much in the same way as I did that night in 1998. So that's how the doorway works. Why it works?
You didn't tell us a single
I believe
thing.
that this sandstone that it's made of is a very unique type of sandstone. It's prehistoric.
Okay.
It's like petrified wood.
Sure.
let's say.
I would think most sandstone is
And
prehistoric.
just the very nature of the silica in this sand, in this sandstone, it responds to tone, to external energy being influenced upon it, such as making a tone loudly. It would cause your body to resonate as you're making a tone, and it would also cause the sandstone.
Wouldn't that happen with any kind of material?
The silica to start vibrating, and as you know, or if you don't know, when silica vibrates, it releases energy. It's called the piezoelectric effect.
Yes, I have heard
This very well may lie upon a ley line. That may be the reason why it was put here, and the way that it's
You're
been
just adding
designed.
stuff now.
This
Ley
facing
line.
nice and smooth. These two columns on either side that you've seen. That would mean that this is a tuned port. If this is on a ley line, and there's a lot of ifs about this because we don't understand anything about how it works, but if this is on a ley line and you add energy to the energy that's already here, then you've changed the potential. And it could be that that potential is opening an interdimensional doorway,
This is just
a wormhole of
Jerry's
sorts.
thoughts.
And I believe that that wormhole is something that can actually occur. The field that would surround your body when you go in resonance with this through the tones that you make. And I believe from my own experience that when you make those tones, it's very important that you have a clear understanding of where you want to arrive to. As I've been told, it doesn't matter if it's in the future or the
again,
past,
you didn't.
or what location on this planet or anywhere else in the universe.
Oh, so you could go anywhere.
I believe these doorways exist in numerous locations throughout the universe. Knowing where you want to go is vitally important.
Wait, so you have to think of another doorway to go to? You can't just go wherever you want? Well, how are you supposed to know where the other doorways are?
Well, that's all for now. We'll find out if our intrepid
This was
explorers
useless, Jerry. I'm disappointed
have
in
any
you.
luck, and then we'll come back and report on that.
Wait,
I
did
hope
he
they have
teach
a great trip. Mine was frightening.
Did he teach other people to do it?
That is how the doorway works.
You didn't tell me anything.
I've got chocolate joining me.
Aw. Little cats.
You know, the universe is filled with matter.
Yes,
and
it
we
is.
don't know why.
Duh.
We know how matter was created, and we can even create
Kind of.
matter in a lab. But every time we create
Can we?
matter in particle accelerators, we get an equal amount.
Are we creating matter in particle accelerators? I thought we were like breaking it apart into smaller constituent pieces and studying those. Like, I didn't think we were creating matter because I don't think we have the power to create or destroy matter. Isn't that sort of like a fundamental law of some kind? Again, I should probably learn things about physics.
Of antimatter. And the perfect kind of lab expectation is that that is what they will get. Perfectly balanced antimatter with matter. And then they self-annihilate. If the Big Bang created equal amounts of matter and antimatter, the two would have destroyed each other early on. And that is why this matter universe that we are in is one of the greatest mysteries in cosmology.
Yeah, I guess fair enough.
And according to Jerry Wills,
I wonder if supersymmetry is like still a going theory about that. I always thought that was interesting. I think this is my very, very belated understanding. I think that there is, I think it's like the theory that there was just like some kind of like very small anomalous difference between the ratio of matter and antimatter, and that is like where all the matter comes from. But anyway,
that voice in the white room is as puzzled as we are about why this universe exists with matter
Sure.
and life forms.
Yes. It is a
And I hope
mystery.
that you have been as provoked by
Good earrings today,
this
Linda.
as
Also, I
I
like this
have always
top.
been in talking with Jerry, who himself will say, I know that this seems so incredible to people, but it really happened. Kathy,
I
in
don't
a
think it
very
did.
short moment of time, saw him glow and disappear,
Yes.
and she always has reinforced that she saw
Well,
that
she is his
much.
wife.
And I think that being able to look at the current landscape of all of the science papers that have been coming out and articles in Scientific American and the
Mm-hmm.
journal that CERN in Geneva puts out about what is happening with the Large Hadron Collider,
Mm-hmm.
that this question about why are we in a universe that exists
Yes.
at all,
Yes.
when the lab report would suggest that anything in the effort of trying to be a universe would be self-annihilating before it would preserve.
Well,
And that makes this universe so extraordinary.
it is.
And for those of you who might ask, well, the creation of another universe, that's just too much. We're beginning to explore and finally reach that headline that we're not alone in this universe.
Mm-hmm.
And we look out through Hubble to 3 trillion some galaxies in this
Yes.
universe. But many different people who have come from different science walks of life are also now
Yes.
writing papers. There's more and more journals about multiverse,
Yeah, it's a
multiple
theory.
universes, parallel universes, separated in frequencies, dimensions. And
Okay,
this
I don't
is
know
a
about that part.
whole new, huge landscape of exploration in front of
Sure.
everyone.
Sure.
So if any of you are feeling like, well, this sounds just too far out, start
I think
reading
there are
Scientific
other
American
reasons.
and some of the wonderful journals that are reporting all of the time, and see how many papers are now being released about, are we in a holographic universe?
I
Are
don't
we
think we're in a
in
holographic
parallel
universe.
universes? Are there an infinite number of universes?
Mm-hmm.
That has been a question in some papers.
Yes,
And the
I'm
more you
sure.
read, the more provoking of thought
Mm-hmm.
Jerry Will's experience becomes.
No, no, no! See, this is where we go wrong, Linda. This is where we go wrong. I'm sure there are a lot of theoretical physicists doing a lot of very interesting theoretical work about multiverses and all those things that you've talked about and the possibilities, and I think that is also very interesting, very compelling, again. Jerry Jerry Wills is not explaining any of this to us. Even if you believe that Jerry Wills' experience was true, that all that stuff happened to him, like, Jerry Wills does not himself understand any of this. He did not give an explanation of exactly what he thought was happening there. Also, Jerry Wills is, like, unfortunately not credible, not because he's not a nice person. He seems perfectly nice, I guess. But the research being done by smart, qualified people on multiverses has very little to do with, and should not encourage our belief in, anything that Jerry Wills is saying. That is where you are going wrong, Linda.
And I am grateful that I've been able to talk with him
I'm
about
sure you
this
are.
amazing journey that he went on.
Mm-hmm.
And that I hope that if any of you who are in my Earth Files YouTube channel audience
Yes, I am.
have any insight into any part of this,
Oh,
from
Linda.
perhaps journeys that you have taken in the abduction syndrome and maybe been exposed to something
Linda, this
similar,
is how you are
to let
opening
me
yourself
know.
up to all kinds of nuttiness.
We are clearly at a time where humans have suppressed so much from each other. politically, personally, anything having to do with abductions has been difficult.
I mean, sure.
And now
For
it feels like
reasons.
amid the pandemic, amid all the uncertainties about the
This is from
drifting
2021.
apocalypse that seems to be upon us, is this exciting moment where we could finally break through as a species on Earth
I wish.
to a truth, a fundamental truth.
Yes.
We are not the only intelligent life in this 3 trillion galaxy universe, and that there may be an infinite number of universi, some made
Universi?
by
I
intelligences
think
that
universes
come
is
from another
okay. That's a
dimension,
plural.
that can mix and match atoms and molecules so easily. Anyway, I hope you have been excited by the
I mean,
new thoughts
it
that
was
this has brought.
fine.
And I look forward to hearing your comments and questions. And
Yes,
Ian, what do we
thank you,
have up
Linda.
first?
All right, that's where we usually cut it off because Ian reads her random YouTube video comments and they're never good. I mean, I was telling someone the other day because like I had gone the first time I saw Linda in person at the Conscious Life Expo in 2025. Great experience, and I always tell people the Conscious Life Expo, which is full of these like UFO people, was the happiest place on earth because these people are so deeply convinced that all of our problems would pretty much be solved if if the aliens revealed themselves, if everyone accepted or knew or the government disclosed that aliens are real and that they visited us here. Like if all of this stuff, all these stories were accepted, then that would somehow change human society fundamentally. They have this real honest hopefulness about the world that is really nice. It's really nice to be around. Everyone's very kind. Everyone's very hopeful. Everyone thinks that the, disclosure and all this stuff is just around the corner. The aliens are going to come. They're going to take us to the 5th dimension of being, and we're going to solve all of our problems. And that is nice. Unfortunately, that is not the world that most of us are living in. But I guess the vast varieties of human experience have created this situation where there are people like this, and they are good, largely good people trying their best. Not Jerry Sargent, not him. He's not a good person. He's not trying his best. But like, it's both really nice to have people with these hopeful viewpoints, and it's both also like, man, like, can you guys, I don't know, spend this energy on something that like might actually impact some other human being in in your own country directly for the better instead of thinking about aliens all day. I guess it could be worse. Anyway, glad we finished that Jerry Wills. I wish it had been more exciting. I wish Jerry Wills had told us his stupid tones. What a ripoff. Jesus. I guess you have to pay him to take you down there for him to actually give you the stupid tones. But I think Jerry Wills is being selfish, and I don't like it. But anyway, we did it. Jerry Wills, the 2-part double episode, Linda Moulton Howe episode. All right. I will see you some other time. Bye.